Hello. I was just wondering, maybe you can help me with this. Ron DeSantis, the governor for, Florida, and full-time fascist, well, he's heading up to Helena, to meet up with his cult buddies in Idaho and Montana, a Republican cult. To start the process, start the protest of constitutional reform. Now, he will say it so he can balance the books, but why don't you just don't do that through Congress like any normal person would do? If it was that innocent, but no. You see, everything will be up in the air. If they get, that privilege to write or rewrite the Constitution, to have a convention, constitutional convention, well, everything will be on the table. All the cards will be on the table. We're not playing cards! I had to get that in, sorry. Poor old Volodymyr Zelensky. But anyway, now they've got 27 states on board. They need 34 states. Just to start the process. Not to actually rewrite the Constitution, just to start the process. You see, they've got the blue states, a bit of a hurdle. Even if they manage to get 100% support from the red states, the blue states are still a major stumbling block. They still won't get there. No. So, they're not going to be able to get those 38 states needed to do the final stages and actually to be able to rewrite the Constitution. But you see, let's say, for instance, they did. But also, let's assume this actually, not assume, we don't need to assume it, it's pretty much clear as day. That gives us an idea what their intentions are and what they actually really want to do. You see, there's so much stuff going on, and as Steve Bannon said, flood the zone. We can't deal with it all. We can't publicise. We can't share the information of absolutely everything because there's just so much. And a lot of this stuff is just slipping through. Dangerous stuff, which isn't getting talked about, just like this. But Ron DeSantis, that's why it's important for people like myself and what have you. And I'm a Brit living in France, Why am I doing American politics? Well, for one thing, I find it interesting, and also it affects everybody, not just the United States. No, it affects us all. You see, if you lot in the United States, if you sneeze, we all catch a cold. It's true, Look at your treatment of Canada of late. Elbows up. Yeah. It's clearly affecting Canada. It's obviously going to affect the United States, but also it affects the European Union, it affects the United Kingdom and other countries, such as what's going on regarding USAID. All that soft power you're losing, and losing so much respect. So much. Countries ostracising you. You see, if you rewrite this Constitution, everything will be on the table. There'll be no rules. They can literally just rewrite absolutely everything. Your gun laws, your freedom of speech, well, that'll be out the window for a start. You can see what they have been doing. You get freedom of speech as long as you agree with them. But you know what they'll do, don't you? If they rewrite the Constitution, they'll end up, rewriting the whole system at the same time. It'll be, I suppose there's a danger of it becoming, it'll be Emperor Trump. God's sake. Then there'll be Emperor Trump Jr. And so on. It's frightening. It is absolutely frightening. No more votes, they could change that. At the very least, they could change, third term, you can't have more than 2 terms. They can change that easy enough, but I think they'd actually just change the whole lot. It'd become a dictatorship. You're pretty much getting close to that now. Step by step by step by step. It's death by 1,000 cuts it is. Be no rules. So it'll be religion. Only Christians, thank you. Let's say freedom of speech. Whites only, yeah. No blacks, no Latinos, no Asians, no dogs, no Irish. That's it. Whites only. Something like that, you know. You can imagine. I just say it now. They're kind of trying to do it already. People are getting nabbed off the feckin' street. Using any feeble excuses they can. There's no due process. They're literally throwing the rule book out of the pram anyway. And Trump is getting more and more angry and aggressive, and because he's basically been stopped on some fronts, and he don't like it because there is still a modicum of law. But that'll all go. That'll be the law according to Trump. In other words, it doesn't apply to him for a start. It's tyranny. Serfdom. Here we come. Does it worry you that they are even contemplating rewriting the Constitution? Have you ever done this before? I don't think you have you? I think the only time you've had a convention is actually when you wrote the Constitution. You need to look that up. Anyway, check it out, okay? There's plenty of information out there about it, but it doesn't seem to make the front pages. But this is getting feckin' frightening. And if you're a decent American citizen, you really need to wake up. Because this is serious stuff. It really is. This should really make you tremble. Because it gives you a good idea what their intentions are. Even if they can't actually see this through, it gives you a good idea what their intentions are. And how their mind works. Anyway, what say you? Please, boop the like button, maybe comment down below. And, I do read the comments. I can't reply to them all, but I do actually read them. And sometimes it takes a long time. I usually do it when I'm on the toilet. And I need a little bit of extra time, if you know what I mean. Yeah, if you want to support the channel, you do a Patreon or buy us a coffee and links down below. I'd like to thank everybody here who've already done so. Anyway, it's time for me to go, so say toodaloo. Have a lovely day. Love to the family.